top 10 biggest armies that could never be defeated. $482,000 active personnel. Even though Vietnam has a population 15 times smaller than its neighboring country China, its army is only 4.5 times smaller compared to it. Almost all the men aged between 18 to 25 years had served for at least 1.5 years in the Vietnamese army. It's a good job they are not massively outnumbered. Given the two countries went to war in 1979 and fought a naval battle in 1988. 510,600 active personnel. Being the second largest member of NATO, Turkey Army claims to have events of tortures and mistreatment inside. 534,000 active personnel. Iran's military had recently developed active suicide drones to attack helicopters, aircraft carriers and various civilian targets. Even though these drones are not as lethal as cruise missiles, they are up to 14 times cheaper. 630,000 active personnel. Even on being less in total as compared to North Korean Army, South Korean Army spends 3 times more money on its troops. In a war, it's estimated that it would take South Korea and the USA 5 days to subdue North Korean artillery, plus a further 56 days and 90,000 troops to secure its nuclear stockpile. 630,400 active troops. Even though Pakistan had fought with Indian Army 3 times since 1960, it had mostly utilized its military to maintain peace across the world. Actively participating in the UN, Pakistan had provided more troops than any other nation for peacekeeping mission. 768,500 active personnel. Russia has more nuclear weapons compared to other countries with around 8,000 units arsenals. 500 more than that of USA. They are very famous for their special forces, the Spetsnaz, who takes brutal training. The training that includes personnel being woken up at night and sent into a room full of blood, rotten flesh and organs from various slaughterhouses. 11,90,000 active personnel. Out of every 10, 4 of the North Korean works in the military, including the reserve personnel. The US Congress recently announced that North Korea has made significant advancement towards developing a ballistic missile that could hit America. 13,25,000 active personnel. Indian military protects the highest battlefield of the world, the Siachen Glacier, which is around 6,700 meters above sea level and the highest inhabited peak on Earth. More of the Indian Army has died there due to the extreme conditions than actual wars. India spent $300 million a year to maintain its base over there. 14,31,000 active personnel. The USA spends $618.7 billion on its army every year, which is more than the expenditure of all the other countries on this list combined. Almost $80 million are spent on Viagra, around $300 million on vans, and a huge amount to maintain 200 golf courses. Even though most of its money goes on arms and equipment. America has 19 aircraft carriers, that is almost the double that of other nations combined. 22,85,000 active personnel. Even on being the largest army, and almost twice the size of USA, China's military budget is 80 less than America. Even so, the People's Liberalization Army has same state-of-the-art of kit. It includes the Dongfang 210, a land-based missile that can hit an aircraft 2,000 miles offshore. Apart from this, China's intercontinental ballistic missile gives it the strength of hitting anywhere in the USA on a nuclear strike.